So the new year is here, and I'm sure that the majority of you still haven't decided on what your goals for this year are gonna be. And let's face it, setting goals is not an easy task. It might seem fun for some people, for some others it's just dreadful. You probably didn't achieve your goals from last year, so why would you even set up new goals for this year if you're probably not gonna achieve them? The reason why it's so hard to achieve goals is because you're not creating identity-based goals, and that's what we're covering on today's video. Hey there, I'm Juan and welcome back to IG Creator Academy's YouTube channel, where I share my best tips, tricks, and learnings from my 10 years of experience as a content creator turned business owner to help you grow and monetize your social media presence easy and fast. As a creator or entrepreneur, it can be pretty easy to get caught up in the grind and hustle of trying to achieve certain milestones or achieve success. And when we're trying to achieve so many things, one right after the other, this can become really overwhelming for so many people, and this can actually lead to burnout to the point that you just forget about these goals, right? So that's exactly when it's important to take a step back and think about what you truly want, what you truly want to achieve. And this is where identity goals come in. Identity-based goals are goals that are aligned with your values, beliefs, and with your sense of self. These are goals that allow you to be true to who you are and to what you stand for. When you set identity-based goals, you're not only working towards something that has meaning to you, but you're making sure that it's aligned with your set of beliefs and values. Now, here are a few tips for creating identity-based goals as a creator or entrepreneur. The number one thing to do is to reflect on your beliefs and your values. Think about what matters to you the most, what is important to you as a person, as a creator, as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner. Think about what you stand for, what you believe in, what are your non-negotiables. By reflecting on all this, you will get a much better understanding of what matters to you and what you hope to achieve. Once you're clear about this, the next step is to actually set your goals based on these beliefs and these values. Remember that these goals should be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. SMART goals. Let's say that one of your values is authenticity. You could set the goal of being more authentic in your online presence by creating more authentic content and being more transparent with your followers. This goal is specific because it already aligns with your value of authenticity. This goal is also measurable because you can actually track the number of authentic posts that you will be creating over time. This goal is attainable as long as you are consistent with your efforts. And of course, the goal is relevant because it aligns with your values and your beliefs. And time-bound. You could set a deadline for when you want to achieve this goal for. The third step is to make sure that your goals are actionable. In order to be able to achieve your goals, obviously you need to take action, but sometimes taking action is the hardest step, because when you have a goal that is so big, it's really hard to know where to get started. So what you have to do is to break down these goals into smaller, manageable steps. For example, if one of your goals is to start your email list, you can break this down in different steps. The first step would be to find the right email marketing provider. So you're gonna spend a week researching the best email marketing tools out there. Once you choose your favorite one, the next step will be to set up your account. And that could be an entire week where you dedicate to set up your account, right? So as long as you're making them actionable and that you are getting one step closer to achieve your goal, it makes a difference. Increase your chances of achieving success with this goal. The next thing you're gonna do is to find accountability. It has been proven that the chances of achieving a goal or a task when you find someone that keeps you accountable are 95% higher. That is a lot. So if you want to make sure that you are achieving your goals, find a partner, find a mentor, or find like-minded individuals inside a community, inside groups to share your progress with them. They will share your progress with you. You will support each other. You will cheer each other up on those days when you're feeling like quitting. That's gonna make your process and your journey towards achieving this goal much easier and better. As I said previously, you're gonna be breaking your goals in smaller tasks, smaller steps. One step per week. Don't forget to celebrate your wins, even if it's a small step, even if it's just, I found the best email provider I was looking for. That is already a win because it's getting you one step closer to achieving your overall goal. So don't forget to celebrate small and big wins. When you celebrate your wins, going out for a nice dinner or buying yourself something that you really wanted, this will give you more dopamine hits in your brain. And this means that you will be even more motivated to keep going versus if you don't celebrate anything because you think it's a small thing that should not be celebrated. This is not going to act in your favor. Also, don't forget to reflect and reassess regularly. As you're working towards your goals, make sure that you're always taking time to look back at what you've done so far. If you're breaking your goals in weeks, at the end of the week or the beginning of the next week, look back at what you've done the previous week. What worked? What didn't work? What can be improved? This will help you stay on track to make sure that your goals are still in alignment with your values and your beliefs. If you do have an accountability partner or a group or something, make sure that you're doing regular checkups with them. Part of keeping each other accountable is also to make sure you're still in the right track to achieve your goals. Goals can change as well. Beliefs and your values can change over time. So maybe the goal that you set at the beginning of the year can evolve, but you need to be reassessing, seeing what's working and what's not working, and what a better way to do this with the help of someone else. Which takes me to my next point. You have to be flexible and open to change, because as I said, there are very high chances that your values, your beliefs will change over time. The direction that you wanted to go in might change for many different reasons, and that's totally fine. You have to be open and ready to iterate or pivot. For example, let's say that one of your main goals is to become a full-time entrepreneur and quit your 9-to-5. As you start working towards this goal, maybe you will realize that this is not the right path for you, that you much rather prefer the stability and security that a 9-to-5 job gives you rather than having to grind and hustle and sometimes being more stressed and overwhelmed at your current job. So maybe you realize that that's not the right path for you and that you want to stay in your current path because that aligns much more with your values of stability, for example, and security. In conclusion, if you want to make sure that your goals are achievable this year, think about identity-based goals, because these are the goals that tell you how you would feel in the future by achieving these goals. And remember that feelings are the drivers, are what drive our actions. Emotions are what drive our actions, right? We're emotional beings. When you put yourself out there and you envision yourself as being someone else, you are much more likely to take action to achieve those goals. Also, don't forget that you can set goals any time of the year. Take your time, think about what are your values and your beliefs, which is the first step to creating identity-based goals. Then set your actionable goals in February, March, April. It doesn't matter. There are no rules. You are the owner of your own rules. You are the creator of your future. So as long as these goals are smart and they're actionable and you're taking action and you're finding an accountability partner, you are on the right track. So if you learned something new today, don't forget to like. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more social media tips for content creators and entrepreneurs. And see you next time.